There's a lonely house at which the folks all stand around and stare. And if you ever want to take a look, you'll find an old caretaker there. When you step inside, he tells a tale of ghosts that whine and wail, running round about the place at night, and this is how he tells his tale. Oh, hear that bogey wail, up and down the scale, creeping in and out of every room. Bogey wail, what an awful wail, guaranteed.
Hello, hello. Doom and gloom. No, it's not doom and gloom. It's happy Halloween. Things are going great right here. FundMyComic this morning. I just wanted to come and give you guys a quick update on what was going on and speak about a couple of features that we have that I don't think we've really talked about much on why we have opted for the features that we have and how they can be used with a little creativity to really unlock and unleash a lot of power for you guys as far as your ability to sell and to create a greater ticket. And so we're going to look at that this morning. And if you guys have questions, please feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to help you out with those questions this morning. So far, we've got Frederick Quimont in the house. Welcome, Frederick. We've got Oni64. Glenn Fleming is chatting with us here. So is Nicholas Gear and Nefarious. Welcome, Nef. It's great to see you this morning. So yeah, we've got quite a few things. Happy Hojo Ween. Yes, I know we've got some special stuff on there. Yeah, I haven't been doing the FMC updates. Nicholas Gear says he's been out of the loop for a while. I haven't been doing them only because I've been so busy and viewership started dropping on them. So I assumed that they weren't as necessary as what they were before. And so I decided that I would just come up and do one when there was some new stuff to talk about or some important things that needed to be communicated to the community. So here I am today, a few things to talk about. First, let's look over some of these campaigns that we have going on. Dave Brink has 6 days left on his Perfect 10. This is an exclusive cover with FMC, and hopefully you guys can hear the audio. Please let me know if you can't. Cool. Yes, Dave Brink is a great creator. Love the guy very much. A lot of passion, a lot of heart, and he knows what he's doing. So he has this very exclusive cover for FundMyComic by Dan Dahl, and that has 6 more days left to go on that. Would love to see him raise some more money. 35 people have taken advantage of that. So let's make sure to check that one out. He has been boosted all the way up there to the top. And also, we've got Hojo. Hojo's in the house with $3,211.73 backers. He's raised this so far in just 16 days, which is quite impressive. He has a special reward today for Halloween. It's called the Hojoween reward for $12 plus shipping. It's $8 shipping to the U.S. Get the best deal in independent comics. Welcome to Hojoween. Get the Oliver Isabedra cover of issue 2, the black and white edition sketch cover on the back of number 1, and the one-time only print of the John Dillard cover in one affordable spooky package, along with the 6 a.m. Wolf of Thorns sticker and the FMC sticker. It's very, very cool. Look at all that stuff that you get What a deal, what a deal, what a deal. That is great. $20 with shipping. You're not going to be able to beat that anywhere else. Let's check out Hojo's trailer real quick.
I told that moron not to take out my Tchaikovsky tape. No matter, let's get started. Here we are, Nancy Moon. The last time we left our heroine, she had just joined my esteemed colleagues at level M. We have the soldier who cannot stop talking, a magician with money issues, and a vampire with a checkered past. But there are other teammates she's yet to meet. One in particular might be a little bit shocking for her. I do hope she's not allergic. Back it today, won't you?
Won't you?
Like right meow.
Every time I watch that part of the video, it reminds me of Super Troopers when the cop has to go and say meow a bunch of times while it's on the thing. So, yep, doing great over here. Definitely check out Hojoween. That reward is only for today. At least that's my understanding. Omega Mission, God's Eye, is launched here recently. This is from our good friend Don Edwards. Don draws. You might see him around quite a bit. But he has his first book launched here on FundMyComic. Be sure to check that out. It looks very, very good. 90s-esque battles and fighting and characters and lots of lines. And I really like that panel with the Kirby Crackle. The black. I like that a lot. That's a nice panel. It sets off well. I like it. And all this is nice. I like the textures in there. Good job, Don. Way to go, buddy. And I don't mean that. I know that my voice has a standard kind of sarcastic tone to it, but it's not. It's not sarcastic at all. I meant that. It's just my voice. It's how it works. The Great Cyclopian, number 6. It's 10 days left to go. Let's check that out.
He's an alien from outer space. He crashed to Earth and he's here to stay. He's here to make all the wicked pay. Every bad guy fears his name, the Great Cyclopian. The one-eyed guy with the sharpest mind. The hero with the fingers always spouting signs. A rising star with a blinding shine. Give him a chance, he's gonna blow your mind. The Great Cyclopian. Great Cyclopian. Great Cyclopian. Great Cyclopian.
I love that. He's got a jingle and everything. Way to go, man. Let me refresh that. Yeah, he's got a jingle and everything. That's really neat. 12 backers, $850, all or nothing. He is funded, but we need to go ahead and get him some more on that. I know that he's got a kind of a cult following with this book, and it's pretty neat, man. That's issue 6. He's catching up with a lot of these guys. Chris is a great guy, so definitely check that out. Let me see, what else do I want to show off this morning? 8 days left to go on Gary Martin's work here. 82 backers, $5,702. 8 more days to go. Definitely check out his work. It is fantastic. You can get these great prints. You can get this art book. His inking manual is sold out, so you cannot get that right now. If you find that, I think you can find it on eBay, but it's pretty expensive. And you can also get some original art. This is all done with a brush, my friends. And you are not going to find art done much better, I think, than what Gary Martin is capable of doing. I'm just amazed. Every time I look at it, I've seen the campaign, probably 100 times now, and I'm just amazed every time I look at it. Just how detailed this work is. It's amazing. So yeah, just a few days left to go on that one. And then let's see what else is maybe new. We just added the Portland Occupied Zone game, which is it's a satire game, guys. So he has been banned on places because apparently people don't understand satire. So here, let's watch this. It's legit got miniatures, and I'm pretty sure that was Rittenhouse that he put in there as well. Can't believe that. That's hilarious. I know he's funded this everywhere. This is a store item now, so check that out if you're into fun satire and TG RPGs, board games, that kind of stuff. Definitely check that one out. My goodness, he's never afraid to offend. I think that's hilarious. Mountain Hollow is doing quite well. They've been moving the needle a little bit over there. You might want to check that one out. One Day Left to Go on Bengali issue 3. You'll want to check this one out. Nice work on that. This was funded a couple of days ago. And I would like to see more people back that. It's a nice project. I really like that one. Let me see what else. I guess Hatch, the books are being delivered to Glenn this week. I'm very excited about that. So we'll see. Let's go and watch that video.
Hatch is not your average cartoon character. Far from it. Hatch lives on a remote asteroid far out in space and has no knowledge of anywhere else. His day compounds bewilderment with disbelief as his life unfolds before him. A life he marvels at, embraces, and is ultimately frustrated by, albeit in a comedic way. This 100-page, full-colour, annotated edition of Hatch not only boasts an in-depth interview with creator Glenn B. Fleming, as he takes us through the evolution of this lovable character, it also presents previously unseen original artwork from the Hatch archive. All this, along with the creator's annotation and anecdotes, make this book a must for the connoisseur of sequential art.
Pick up your copy of Hatch. It's going to be shipping out soon. That's pretty exciting. Get it done, guys. Look at this amazing artwork in there. So many good artists out there making comic books that aren't in the quote-unquote mainstream of comics, but they are amazing nonetheless. Beautiful colors, beautiful line work. Thank you so much for providing this book to the public, Glenn. I do appreciate that. And let me see. I think that we're pretty close to Tricks and Treats closed 2 days ago. We need to take that one down. Forgot that one closed down. Take that off the front page. Doing right there. Oh, we missed it. 51 minutes ago, this campaign closed. It did fund. So way to go. Way to go to Bunny. Everyone congratulate him. In about 5 days or so, I think he's going to be moving it into a storefront so that he can keep those pledges coming in as he gets that book ready to ship out to you guys. I also wanted to bring up to you that I do have something in sign up. Every once in a while, I have to try to do a little shilling for my own. We are doing a Starcross crossover campaign. Let me narrow the search a little bit on that. There it is. I'm working with Joe Spicer over at Starcross Comics. His character, my character, teaming up for a little one-shot. It's going to be a 22-page one-shot. I think you guys are going to really, really enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so we've got Starstruck and Trashman team up to fight this thing called the Forge. There's another baddie that is trying to unleash this sentient machine out onto the world, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This will be updated with more details here shortly. We're going to have a connected cover for issue 1 of both GOD and Hybrids #1. So that's going to be a very limited run that you can only get through this campaign. And we are doing digital and physical, and we'll have some other rewards that are going to be added here shortly, so you can keep going back and looking at that. But please sign up, pop in your email, hit subscribe, and that will let us know. And we're going to be sending out a special coupon code, which is something that we're going to be talking about this morning, is our shopping cart and coupon codes and how those two merge together and work together in a way that can really take your campaign to the next level. And so we're going to get into that here in just a moment. Pardon me. So please sign up. We'll be giving out a coupon code for one of our tiers that's going to be a special percentage off for everyone who signed up. And so we're looking forward to giving that out to everybody. We're only looking for $2,500 for this one. Very excited. We're going to be launching on the 9th of November with Michael Bancroft. And we are working our way around to try to get scheduled on as many shows as possible to talk about this project, because this is the only new Hybrids news story that you're going to get for a minute, because things are a little busy for me. But this is a book that I wrote, and Brian Dawson, who did layouts for Hybrids, and he also drew biblical proportions, did some of the work in this. I did some of the artwork, but well, I'm not crediting myself on that one right now. And then Joe Spicer did the heavy lifting with all the work there. Then we had Edgar Tavitas, who was the colorist for Rift Riders. He was the one that jumped in and colored this one. And then Paul Bird from Fall of Man is doing the lettering for us. So pretty exciting about that. So that's a beautiful first time that Paul has joined one of my creative teams. And I'm looking forward to seeing his work on there and having him join more of our team. So that is right here on FundMyComic. Just search Starcross, 2 words. You'll see the Starcross team up #1, Starstruck plus Trashman. And this is ran by Joe Spicer. So it'll be on him there. You won't find that under my campaigns that I've created. So we're running that one. And is there anything I'm missing that I need to talk about? Yes, there's one more that I need to talk about. Let's go to Apparel and look at what we have in Apparel right now on FundMyComic. We're still we're doing this in a storefront mode. I've got to double check, make sure I've got everybody's stuff out. We're sending this stuff out every few weeks we're sending the orders out, so people are getting their stuff pretty much right away with our fulfillment center. But we have new items on the store, and I wanted to show you these things. So we have the typical FundMyComic beanie, but we also have down here, we've added the FMC hoodie long sleeve. So we've got this long sleeve hoodie, hooded long sleeve t-shirt. So you can pick that in gray with multiple sizes. We have the unisex heavy blended zip hoodie with a nice big logo on the back so you can represent. We've got the unisex hoodie with the logo on the front. It's a pullover. We've got this nice lightweight zip up windbreaker with the logo over here over on the breast. And so, yeah, that's what we got going right now with some new products on there. Definitely check that out. All of the extra money that we make on this, so everything above our cost to get it to you, goes directly into the pot so that we can add new features. And one of the new features that we are going to be adding is there is a code that we can write in here that will allow you, the creator, to choose the priority on how these are represented. So instead of it just showing up numeric and then alpha, so it sorts by price and then by alphabet. So instead of it sorting that way, you can choose, like in this case, what I would want to do is this hoodie right here. I would want that to be number 1, that to be number 2, that to be number 3. That's how I would want that to show up. And then the rest of them, it doesn't really matter, but I'd want the cold weather gear to show up at the front, at the very top, so that you see those first. Well, what we'll be able to do is as we're editing those rewards, we'll be able to have a sort priority drop down. So we can choose what order it sorts over here on the side. And so it'll sort by your priority. So you can essentially, instead of having a featured tier, you can have multiple featured tiers where you can choose what order those tiers show up for. Now, if you're excited about that, please let me know, because I'm excited about it. That's the next one that we're getting ready to start. I think we're going to implement it November. I think it's going to happen for Thanksgiving is when I think that one's going to be available to us. So we're looking forward to making that one happen. Oh, Benjamin had to close down early because he had a show coming up and only had a handful of books left. I understand that. You know, when you've got inventory shortage, you can't afford to, leave someone out. I understand that entirely. So that's what we got going over here. As you all know, we do have the shopping cart. And I don't know that people have really taken advantage of the shopping cart as best as they could, because I think it's so different from what the pink site and the green site do with add-ons. Oh, this is very much, I want you to think more in terms of e-commerce, right? So every campaign can essentially be a la carte. And I'm going to show you right here with this one, with the hybrids campaign, because I created this campaign with the intention on using the shopping cart in the manner of which I'm using it now. Okay. So what we've got available here is you can add multiple things to the shopping cart. We wanted to make the shopping experience easy. And so you can add a digital number 1 trash day and a digital killing field to the cart if you want those. If you want to go ahead and add one of our quick plays, you can add that too. Let's say you want to add a t-shirt, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm a big guy. Let's do a XXX. Let's add that in there. I'm going to buy this one. Let me say I'm going to buy this one for my son. He's a large. So let's choose that reward. And I don't want one of those. I've already got one of those. Let's say I want to go ahead and I want to get the Killing Field book, and I want to get Trash Day. And I want to get 2 copies of each one of these, right? So let's say I go ahead and I just pop in both copies. So now I've got a bunch of items in the cart. And one of the things that is confusing people about the cart versus add-ons is all of your add-ons are right here in the cart. This is everything you need to do right here. But people's like, well, what do I do about shipping? Well, that's pretty simple, actually. When you go in here, I've actually got attached to some of these things that if you have bought them, because so the t-shirts, that's the shipping's not going to be reduced on those, because that's coming from another fulfillment center. But everything that I'm shipping from my fulfillment center, from Casa del Stone, is, with the exception of the digitals that has shipping, I want to discount that, right? So I charge $8 shipping for a standard book. But so what I want to do is I want to reduce the shipping by $4 on all the extra things, so that the shipping, basically, if you buy 2 books, it's like free shipping for one of them. Like it's the same shipping price. So I just attached a coupon code called SHIP2. So that's a default code in our system. So if you want to use that, we also have save 10 and save 20. So if you want to take 10% off or 20% off the entire order or certain items, you can go ahead and attach that code in there. If you want a special code that is specific to you, specific to your campaign, just contact one of the admins and we can make it. We've made that for several people, and we've done that a few times already. And it's something that is pretty simple. It just doesn't take us very long to do. So we can normally get on those pretty quick. And so I have SHIP2, which is a $4 off shipping. And if I hit apply, it just discounted the entire order by $20. Okay. So when you see it, we're going to go ahead and log in. I'm going to have to go no tip. I'm not going to tip myself. Not today. I have to apply that code again because I wasn't signed in. SHIP2. Apply that code. As you can see right there, $20 discount applied. So it took $20 off all of the items that are going to be shipped. Then I choose my card number. We're not going to do that right now. Let me choose. This is not an address I use anymore. So what it's doing is showing what the shipping is. So it's $8 for that one. That would be the quick play. $6 for the shirts. $10 for the books. Okay. So it shows what the shipping cost for all those is. Shows my total shipping is $60, but we're taking $20 off the total amount. So it shows that it applies to your contribution amount. So the shipping total stays the same, but the $20 discount is off the whole thing. So you're really only paying $40 for shipping of all those items. And many of those come from different locations. So as you can see, with a simple shipping code, just applying that to the items you want to save $4 on, then when people back more than one item, they are saving quite a bit of money. And another way that's very easy to do that is when you are, let me go back to the campaign. When you're doing that, when you're setting up your rewards on the side, let me see, did Hojo do that with his? Hojo might have done that with his. I'm not sure. I don't think he added a discount code for shipping on multiple items. Let me go to a closed campaign where I know that we did it. So I know that out of obscurity, we did that too. So where's the closed campaign? It normally gets bumped all the way down at the bottom. There it is. Out of obscurity, as you can see right here, what we did is we said use code SHIP2 when backing multiple items to save on shipping. So you can easily put that in there so people know that they can use that code to save on shipping. Obviously, this is not working anymore because the campaign's closed, but you can still see it. But so we were just doing the physical book where you could save $4 on shipping with that. So coupon codes are really interesting. There's a few other things that you can do with a coupon code that I think is really, really interesting. One of those is you can take dollar amounts off. So you can make it a dollar amount, which is the $4 that we have there, or you can do a percentage, which is also really cool if you want to run like a special for a weekend or something. and those coupon codes can expire. You can make it to where they don't work past a certain time, or you can remove them from those rewards after a certain amount of time. Another one that is really neat is, let's say I wanted to do a mailing list reward and I wanted no one else to be able to get it, or just do something really silly. It's like, it's the year 2024. Let's say I want to do a 2024 special or something like that. And so I make the price of a reward $2,024. Okay. So it's like crazy, but it's just like a book or something like that. I can knock off I could create a coupon code that saves $2,000. So it's like only 24 bucks or something like that. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can do. You can get really creative. And when you start to think in those terms, it does away with all of the ideas of needing add-ons, because you can literally create an a la carte campaign where people get what they want. Now, if you've got multiple books, like I do, like 9 individual floppies, that might start getting complicated. But normally what's best for a campaign, because campaigns aren't meant to be a storefront, so to speak. If you're wanting to offer a catch-up tier, then you can do, these 3 books. Okay, there's this story arc or that. So for me, it would be 2 different story arcs when I launch issue 10. So I'll say, if you want to catch up here or catch up there, then otherwise I send them to my website, because it is better for me to sell from my website for shipping purposes for people, because I can do weight-based shipping, which does lead me to some of the things that we're planning for 2024. Immediately speaking, we do have Frederick Guimont. I say that name funny. I know I do. I'm just trying to keep the Hoosier out of it. So we've got Frederick Guimont, who is going to be working on a few things on the website. One of those things is we're going to be working on turning this into kind of a dark mode website. The other thing that we're going to be looking at is adding some animation when you hover over a campaign to show that you're hovering over it. The other thing that we're going to be working on is some animation when you hover over a reward. And the one that I'm really excited for and hopeful that we can make it work is, right now when you hover over the shopping cart, it just changes color very slightly. But what we like to do is add a flame animation to that. So like little flames come up out of the shopping cart, which I think would be really, really cool. So those are a couple things we're going to do. We're adding some neat look and feel things to it, getting that stuff a little more upgraded than what it used to be. And those are some immediate things you're going to see. But the next thing that we're working on as far as the upgrade is going to be the sort order of the rewards. And then after that, it's going to be a lot of back-end things, guys. So it's going to be a lot of fulfillment tools that you need, being able to add messages, add notes, message the backers directly through the dashboard, sort filter, so you can sort by reward type, you can sort by country, and you can sort by whether it's been whether it's a dropped pledge or not. So you can, anything that's completed or not completed. And so we're going to have all those sort features added in there. And then down the road, we're going to add in some kind of parallel things, which will allow people to bookmark their reward, their campaigns that they want to follow. So say I wanted to follow the Great Cyclopian, I could put a save. And so we'll have a little thing over here where you can add that to your kind of your own user dashboard, where I have my campaigns, my contributions. We'll have a saved campaigns link over here. So you can go over there and look at them. And so that's something we're going to have, but that's a entirely additional system that has to be built alongside this one. So we're upgrading the things that we find are most valuable and most important right now. So that's what we've got going on right now with FundMyComic. Pretty exciting stuff, pretty exciting news, I think. Right now, to date, let me look at the numbers. We have raised, this is going to be on an admin page. I'm not going to show this off. Sorry, guys, you're not going to be able to see this. We've captured $303,414.29 through the website year to date. We've been live since March of this year, middle March of 2023. So we've been, 6 months? So yeah, about 6 months now that we've been running this thing, a little over. And we have been able to raise over $303,000 for the people that are on FundMyComic. I am proud as can be to be able to say that. So it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff. Welcome, Dave Feed. Great to see you here. Grey Wolf Comics, Grey Wolf Graphics. Welcome. It's good to see you here as well. I want to make sure I've said hi to everyone that has popped in to the chats. Jeff Potts. Yo, what's up? Welcome. It's good to have you here. And yes, there's the preview. Trashman Team Up is up there. We will have a video in a couple of days. The video guy needed a couple more days to sync up the audio properly. So we'll have a nice video up, and we'll be pushing that a little bit more this week. And we'll have the new covers that are up and some stickers. We're doing some really cool chibi stickers that are going to be available with this campaign too as well. So there we go. What's happening with the distribution company? Good question. We are still working on that right now. It's like herding kittens. We are bringing on the publishers. So we're getting them signed up and working on that. Right now, it is Phil that's doing that. Phil is having some health problems, so please keep Phil in your prayers. So we've slowed down. We're so far ahead of where we want to be with the distribution side of things. We didn't even plan on starting that until next year. So we're way ahead of schedule there. But Phil's had a little bit of a health situation it'd be up to him to share that, but just be praying for him. So we're giving him plenty of time to deal with that, recover as he needs. And so in the meantime, if you have a 32-page book that you would like to list, we are signing people up, and we are taking submissions so we can get all that approved with the printer and get everything ready to go. So good stuff, exciting times. So it is on its way. Grey Wolf says, I'm using your template, Luke. I'm still having problems with setting margins. Don't know why. Well, let me just do a little tutorial here. So if you're using our, let me stop sharing this screen. Let me put that one down there. Stick that down there. Let me get this one back up here. All right, so let me move all this over so you can see my tools on this screen. I don't like that sometimes my screen, my tools go, they just move around. So let me show this off real quick, and I will show you what it is you need if you're using the template that I provided on FundMyComic. Okay, so here's the comic book I'm working on right now. This one's called Terminal Kill. This is a fun book. It's pretty bad. This is a pretty intense scene right here. This guy is a bad guy. He's as bad as they come, fellas. Ladies and gents. He's as bad as they come. So we're doing some real dark, hard shadow kind of moments here. A lot of facial expressions. So we're going to have a good time with this book. But so here's what we're doing with we want to come up here and create. Let me get rid of my face. Let me get rid of my ugly mug. There we go. I want to just show this off so you can see all this. You're going to go over here to File, New. You're going to get this window. And I don't know if I can't really zoom it in any for you. But you're going to get this window, and you want this comic book page with a gear. All right. Now, this is what is very, very important. All right. If you go through and you set up the canvas size and then the comic settings, they're different. They're not the same. Okay. They are slightly different so that you have the lines out there. All right. So you set it at 6.87 for your canvas. Your canvas and your comic settings are two different things. So your canvas is what you're working with on the screen, and your comic settings is what the pages are going to actually be. All right, so you do 6.87 by 10.43 at 600 resolution. If you were doing it larger at like 11 by 17-ish, it's a little smaller than that, then you would do it at 300 DPI. But we're actually working at the comic book page size, the actual size. So I want double the amount of resolution that I would normally get. So I'm using 600 DPI for the entire thing. For the trim size, you want the trim to be 6.63 by 10.19. You want to make sure that that bleed width is 0.12. So that's custom. You have to make sure that you have all your settings in inches. So up here in the top, you can do inches, centimeters, millimeters, inches, pixels, and points. We want inches. So we're working in inches, folks. The next thing that's very important is on this inner bleed. There's two settings here, set size and set margin. You want 0.25 on top, bottom, inside, and outside. If you do set size, that's going to put a little tiny square in the middle of your page. You want it to be set margin. That's going to put that at 0.12 all the way on the inside of your trim line. All right. So then what you see is, I'm just going to cancel that. What you see up here, and we'll just go right up here. This is the canvas size out here. That is also going to be your like kind of main thing. Your trim size is this. So, but you've got that bleed. This is your bleed on the outside of the trim line. That's what gives you the larger canvas size. Okay. There's your bleed. All of this is outside of the area that's safe. This is your margin. Anything on the inside of this square here is safe. So this is, let me choose my pen. This is your bleed. This all gets cut off. Okay. The printer will cut all of that off. You're like, but Luke, how did you get your page like that? I'll show you here in just a moment. Okay. All that gets cut off. This section right here, I want to make sure that my art, nothing important goes out here. Nothing important goes in that section. But I want to make sure that my art extends all the way out to the area that gets cut off. All right. The reason why we do it with this amount of space is because it's not always the same. It's not entirely accurate. Then this area here is the safe zone. This is where all of your important art is going to go. Let me, it's not working. Why is it not working? Oh, we've got problems today. Let me zoom out on this. How do I zoom out again? My thing needs to be updated. All right, so all of that goes away, right? This is all safe. You can see I've made my borders on the inside of that line because that's where safe is. You don't want any text to make your way, any bubbles, you don't want to come out here. they run the risk of being cut off. So you want to keep all of your bubbles on the inside of these lines. Now, how did I get my page like that? There's two ways. The first one is when you're setting this up, you go into File, New. When you're setting that up, you are, let me take that comment off the page so that you can see this. All right, so when you're setting this up, you can choose view. You do multiple pages. You can choose how many pages you want, right? Typically, I run a 32 page, and then I also add the cover. And I'm going to do the cover at 600 resolution as well. You can decide to do the cover at 1200 DPI. I think 600 is fine. Then you're going to choose page by page. You can choose Webtoon or page by page. You want page by page for US comics. Then there's this button right here. Combine into 2-page spreads. Like that. It's off. Combine into 2-page spread. It's on. It's going to ask you align crops, gap. You do not want to mess with that. Do not want to mess with that at all. You don't want to use safety margins because you want to be able to draw outside of those margins. But you want to use align crop marks. Don't mark that. Put that as 0. Okay. Or if you do, you want the gap at 0.12. Okay. Because if you make it a 0, it's going to make it a true 2-page spread. Right? It's going to take that trim line out of the middle, and it's going to leave you with just your margins, because that trim line is going to be in the middle of the binding, right? So, but you don't want to do that. So you just hit combine into 2 pages. If you've already got 2 pages that are split, let me go and split these 2 pages so I can show you. I want to go down here and just split 2 pages. Split pages. All right. So it takes a second because it's now writing 2 new documents. So as you can see now, these are 2 separate pages. And if I click on that one, it's just that page, and then that's that page. But let's say you've already got this. That's where you're starting. That's your default. What you want to do is you want to click on the first page and come up here to combine pages. Hit combine pages. It's going to ask you to align crop marks. You do want to align crop marks at 0.12. All right. That is your bleed. So you want all that aligned. So what's going to happen now, it's going to build those 2 back together into a single document. Oops, my bad. You don't want that on. I'm just going to delete all this and start over. I got backwards on that, folks. Sorry. I do apologize. It happens. It's pretty easy to fix, though. Split pages. Yes. Okay. Takes a couple seconds. Boom. 2 seconds. You can't have them both highlighted. You have to highlight only the first one. Go to combine pages. Turn align crop marks off. Hit OK. And then it builds it just right here. All right. So if you want to make it an actual 2-page spread, so let's say, for instance, I've had to do that a couple of times. So let's say I've just gone through and I've duplicated this. Duplicate these pages to make more pages available for art, because I have to do that. This book is going to be like 160 some pages, I think. So I have to do this every batch of 10 that I do. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I need more pages. Duplicate pages. I'll be starting on this tomorrow. Duplicate pages. Let's say this page right here, I wanted it to be an actual 2-page spread. And when you look at it, it's not, because it has this bleed in the middle. So it's really easy to fix. You just split the pages, hit OK. It'll split them. And then you go click that one there. Go to combine pages. And then I'm going to do align. And I'm going to make it 0. And then I'm going to hit OK. All right. Now I'm going to get rid of all that jazz. I don't like any of that. All right. Now it's an actual 2-page spread. So I've got my bleeds, but I've got extra bleed than what I need. So this document is going to be just a little bit longer than what I really need. So I actually draw out to this final bleed. Like I'll go all the way out there, but really your page length is going to, oh, where did I put that? Your page length is actually going to be so this is where your page length is actually going to be. This is your actual trim right there. So that one's not, that outside one really could be gone, but we leave it in there. And I just draw out a little bit. Okay, so your safe zone is here, still here. A mistake that I constantly make, guys, this is just an art tip now. Not really a FundMyComic update, but don't draw faces. Don't draw your faces in here. I've made that mistake a lot. Try to keep all of your faces. Like one of the hybrids books, I wasn't even thinking when I did the 2-page spread. And I've got Ion's face right here. And so in order to try to fix it, it's made the face look funny and things like that. But yeah, so her face gets cut off and it's just a real pain in the neck. So you don't want to do any of that. Okay. Let's stop sharing this screen. Go back to FundMyComic. Hey, I'm huge on the screen. Present, share screen, FundMyComic. Here we go. All right, we're back, guys. I hope that was useful. Hope that was helpful. Create 2 master pages left and right, get all the margins, bleeds, etc. right, and save the masters. Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, I need more space in the for. Yeah, so sometimes I will put a little bit more in there, but the template that most printers will give you for a 2-page spread, that's basically what it is. So we work around it. That's why we fix it in setup, if that makes sense. Like in prepress, we actually overlap it a little bit. We overlap the image. So it's drawn right, and then we just overlap the image in prepress, if that makes sense. That's like a whole other tutorial. I don't want to get into that on my comic update. So yeah, that's that's how we fix that there. Agent Zero, so cool to see you streaming. Thank you. Welcome, Agent Zero. Any other questions? The weird squares are finally gone. Yeah, they're going to be gone as long as you make sure those settings are just right. Yes, you must set that to set margins. If it's not on set margins, it's not going to work right. It's going to be in the middle. That's what I was trying to explain in that comment thread, but it's a little more complicated to explain than that, I guess. So yeah, here we are with FundMyComic, guys. Cool stuff going on. Be looking for some of those style updates. Hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, you'll see those. We'll let you know when we expect the new build of the reward sorting to be done. So once we have a completion date on that, we will let you know, and we'll send that out in a mail blast. So don't forget to check that out. And if you have any questions about coupon codes and shopping cart and how it is, in my opinion, far superior to add-ons, because a lot of times people can't see the add-ons, so they don't know what's there, so they don't know how to plan ahead. It's like, oh man, now I've got to go out, choose something else because I can get that as an add-on because they didn't know it. But they can see everything that they can get on the campaign right away with FundMyComic, and they can choose the a la carte on what they want their support experience to be. And there's a good chance that you're going to be able to tack on more rewards, especially if you offer the shipping discount. And remember, we've got a built-in one, SHIP 2, SHIP 2. We'll take $4 off automatically. Martin, I really hope you do give it a shot. We've done a lot of work here, and I don't know if you heard this earlier, but we have captured over $303,000 of funds for creators here on FundMyComic already. And the tools are, I think already they're very good, but I think the more tools we're adding, the better it's becoming. And again, there's a promotion going on, and I'm not sure how long we're going to run it. Right now, I'm feeling like it's going to be a while. But if you run exclusive on FundMyComic for the first 30 days, you don't have to do it the full time. But for the first 30 days, you get a 2% platform fee instead of 3%. Okay, so 3 is already lower than what everybody else is offering. But 2%, I mean, come on, guys, that's almost seems like a no-brainer, right? And then after 30 days, you can run anywhere else that you want simultaneously with FundMyComic, and you still get that 2% platform fee. That's to encourage you to bring your audience to a place where you keep more money. Because the truth is, you bring about 90% of your audience with you wherever you go. And most of them will follow you anywhere that you go because you've curated that group of fans and that group of readers. So why not keep more of your own money? So right now, even with the pink and green sites, they are taking 5% on top of the transaction fees. Comics and games, comics is 5% of the overall business on those sites. So we matter very little to them. It's 100% of the business here. So we care very much about the campaigns, the creators on it, and whether or not they succeed. And so that is, I think there's better customer service. I think, we're very attentive to what's going on with your needs. We're trying to help you keep more of your own money. So why not take advantage of that promotion? Run your first 30 days exclusively right here on FundMyComic. After the first 30 days is up, go ahead and open up on those other sites and have some fun running there too. Run on as many as you can for crying out loud. But we do have a street team that is very passionate about helping people get funded. And that is exactly what happened yesterday for, where's he at? I'll show it over here. For community service. Community service got funded yesterday. A couple of things. He set his goal too high. And he realized that, I have some funds. I don't need that. I really only need about $1,500 to do it. So he adjusted his goal for him, but he was still short. He still needed a couple $100. And so the community gathered around him and helped him get his book funded, got him out there. And he was sitting at like 40 some backers. And so he got like 10 backers last night, just from street team people saying, let's get this going for this guy. So he was able to get his book funded. And so after everything's it's capturing right now. So after everything is captured in, let me see, what is it? 5 days? Then we'll be able to move his campaign into storefront mode. So not before then. We made a mistake earlier on doing that with Kelsey's campaign, and it caused an amazing headache that I will avoid now forever. You might even say it was a community service by the FMC street team. You might say that. Yeah, and don't forget to check out Chrome Dog. We are nearly done with Chrome Dog. it's great because I'm working on the last splash page, and I'm making it like poster worthy, and I plan on doing as much little doodads with it until Patrick is ready to color it. So I'm putting like cover effort into it just because I want it to be really, really cool looking. So, but we will be shipping this out in a month. We're supposed to ship it out this month, but it just got a little delayed. But we are going to be running this out. Everyone should have it before Christmas. So it'll be probably ready to ship by Thanksgiving, but we're not going to do it on Thanksgiving, obviously. But yeah, so here we go. This is some of the new pages. I'm very happy with how it's turning out. Chrome Dog is a pretty awesome character. One of my favorite designs that I've ever come up with. I've had a lot of fun drawing this. It's just action, and he looks really cool in the rain. I can't wait to see these pages colored. I'm very happy with how they're turning out, and it's cheap, guys. Look at that. $5 for a digital, $15 for a physical, $30 for both covers. And you can also get the Arrow bundles that we have available, the Arrow comics. This is awesome stuff, guys. So don't forget to check that out. It's also available on FundMyComic. It's only available on FundMyComic. And yes, Woke welcome, Woke. You are right. Community service here in England is a totally different thing. I bet it's something dirty. Well, guys, we've been at this for an hour. Thanks for joining me today. I'll come back. Let me know in the comments if you want weekly updates again. If you want weekly updates, I'll give them to you. It's getting cold out, so I'm not going to be going out that much. But I do have, I'll have to work around my new therapy schedules. I'm doing respiratory rehab. I'm doing occupational therapy, and now I'm going to be doing voice therapy. So as you can tell, my voice is getting stronger, and it will continue to improve. We're working on volume and projection now so that I can get louder at conventions and be able to speak over everybody else and have a conversation in a loud room, which is not possible right now. And someone says, if weekly is too much, perhaps bi-weekly. Glenn wants everyday updates. I would love to be able to do that. Unfortunately, my clients would suffer terribly if I did that. We might just start doing bi-weekly just to be a little more consistent. Instead of like maybe once a month. I was going to do one at the end of the month, every month, but maybe bi-weekly. Unless it's a holiday week, I might move that around a little bit. But I tend to schedule them the day over the day before. I know when I'm going to do them, but I don't schedule the YouTube stream until the day of, usually. So, well, thank you guys, and Frederick, again, thank you for the work that you're going to be doing here on FundMyComic to just make it a little more awesome, a little more cool and special. And so I do appreciate all the work that everyone's been putting into it. Everyone volunteers their time and their talent and their effort for this thing. You guys are amazing. Thank you for getting behind this crazy idea and helping us build this, what I think is an amazing site for people to use. We've worked out the new schedule for updates will be probably one every couple of months, because we want to make sure that once we've updated something and made a new code, that we've got all the bugs out, especially when it comes to kind of back-end functionality. So we're going to make sure that we've got all that stuff worked out. We went through a rash where we're doing update to update right on top of each other. And it was stuff that we wanted to do and needed to do. We found out right away out of the gate that needed to take place, but we don't want to keep doing that to ourselves, because we were chasing down the bugs from each one on kind of on top of each other. And we don't want to do that. We'd rather make sure everything is stable, and then we add the new feature. So you're going to see features added every couple of months moving forward, just so that we can do that. We've got plenty of time. Things are working really good the way they are currently. And so we know we've got a strong platform, and we're just going to keep building and improving upon there. Again, don't forget that next one is just going to be real simple. it's going to be, you can change the sort order. So obviously on this one, what we would do is probably move that to number 1. So people buy both covers, and we would put this at number 2 and this at number 3. Unless we had something else we wanted to show off that really needed to be up front, then we would. So that's how we're going to be able to do that very soon, guys. Like I said, probably by Thanksgiving. Again, yeah, we will see you guys on Thursday. Don't forget, we do have a show Thursday morning. Nerd Bacon, we've been doing that one fairly, it's been growing pretty strong. It's a pretty strong show now. So thank you guys for supporting us there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're watching this on the FundMyComic YouTube, make sure to head over to my YouTube, which is Luke Stone Studios. Like and subscribe there. If you're over here on Luke Stone Studios, don't forget to head over to FundMyComic and like and subscribe over there so that you can get notices and updates when we go live. Thank you guys so much again. God bless you guys. Have a very, very good Halloween. Tonight, we're giving out comic books. So we'll be giving out several Arrow comic books, a couple of hundred copies of Hybrids #1, and a bunch of Alterna books that we got from Alternaween. So we are going to be the comic book house this year, and hopefully it does not snow on us tonight. It's very cold today. It's like 35 degrees right now, and we're going to figure out how Luke's going to manage dealing with that without getting grumpy. Don't think it's possible. Thank you guys again for being here. We do appreciate you. God bless you. Leave the woodpile higher than you found it, and do something good for someone today.